The IEC will this afternoon, 12 noon, publish the 2024 voters roll. 27.8 million registered voters. That's the highest number of registered voters that South Africa has ever seen in post-94 South Africa. Also, the publishing of the lists of parties who have qualified to be on the provincial and national ballots. Parties have had to put up a monetary deposit, I think something in the region of 300,000 Rand deposit, and also newer political parties have also had a signature requirement. I think for the Western Cape, you required 7,000 signatures to qualify for a provincial ballot here in the province, and something in the range of 14,000 signatures to be on the national ballot. Some confusion on whether some of the secessionist movement political parties will be on the ballot. The Cape Independence Party last week was reported they only received 200 votes. The leader of the Referendum Party, Phil Craig, say they have the sufficient number of votes to be, or signatures to be on the ballot, but whether it will be accepted or not is another question, because they went for a digital signature route. Good morning, Phil Craig. Really appreciate your time. Are you on the 2024 ballot, which will be announced and revealed at 12 noon today?
Morning, Lester. The honest answer is we don't know, and that is the challenge. We expect to at least be on the provincial ballot. I think there's more uncertainty about the national ballot, but we reached and actually greatly exceeded the signature requirement. And as you say, there's just some question over the form of acceptable signatures. And just to clarify on that, we asked for guidance from the IEC. We got the guidance in writing. We followed the guidance. And the challenge here is that the IEC at the very last minute did a complete 180 and then once we'd collected all of the signatures, then announced that what they said in writing they were going to accept, they were no longer willing to accept.
If all other political parties obtained written signatures, Musi Maimane last week at his announcement outside the IEC's office saying it was very difficult going literally door to door, storefront to storefront, actively getting people's written consent through a signature, and then also the ID number, the details. It was a very, very arduous task, but they got it done. They knew the rules that wet ink signatures was the requirement from the IEC.
Well, I'm going to read you exactly what the IEC said to us. Hi, I managed to get clarity on this. It doesn't matter if it's an original signature or electronic signature. What matters is that you have captured the verifiable, contactable details of those who submitted their signatures so that, should the need arise, those people can be contacted for verification, authentication, and confirmation of their identities. I hope this helps.
Who is that from, Phil?
That is from a guy called Dr. Thabo Rapu, who is a senior manager at the IEC.
What are the rules? What are the written rules say, and what does the amended Electoral Act say about signatures?
Yeah, so it says very little, and I think there are two critical parts to this. First of all, it says that they must obtain a signature, but there is no definition in the Act of a signature or in the regulations, so there's no requirement for a wet ink signature. This is just something that the IEC announced out of the blue 2 weeks ago, and for which there's no legal basis. And the intention of this requirement is not to create some particular administrative task. And that's been clear both from Parliament and the Constitutional Court case, where the Minister of Home Affairs specifically informed the Concourt what the purpose was of this requirement. The purpose was for parties to demonstrate that they had sufficient support to warrant being on the ballot. And obviously the Referendum Party, we had to get 13,200 signatures on a national basis. We got 18,660. We've greatly exceeded that. We've absolutely, each one of those people is verifiable and contactable. So we absolutely have met the requirement. This is about an organ of state creating at the last minute arbitrarily a crazy administrative rule which has no basis in law and which is contrary to their own written instructions, and which effectively puts our participation, certainly in the national ballot, at risk, and effectively is unconstitutional.
Why the need for... There are splinter organizations, there are splinter movements in a broader secessionist movement here in the Western Cape. Surely if you're all behind one singular goal, one singular party to spread this message, Phil?
Sure. Look, I think, and as you yourself have made the note, and I think even in this interview you have, look, the Cape Independence Party are aligned to us, and we have great respect for them. They haven't been very successful electorally, and it's not unfair to say they aren't always the best organised as a party. And we had to make a decision. What were we going to do as the broader movement? The decision we took in the Cape Independence Advocacy Group, which is where I come from, was that we needed to put up a party that perhaps was a little better organised, a little better funded, so that we could make a fair fist of it on the ballot. And that's what you'll have seen this week. Now, hopefully, the Cape Independence Party has made it, but we didn't want to leave that to chance, and we wanted to make sure that we got sufficient signatures to be on the ballot, and we have done.
Okay, we'll wait till 12 noon. Phil Craig, really appreciate your time. Leader of the Referendum